Hello, fellow Murdlers. Today is Saturday, March 16th, 2024, and it's a great day to solve a murder. Today we have Deductive Logico solves the mystery of the Virgo in the dining hall. We have 6 4x4 grids with suspects, weapons, locations, and motives. And let's see, we do have statements today. So as always, we know that one of these will be false and the others all must be true. Whomever is lying is our killer today. So we don't have our red murder clue today. We've got to go by the statements. So let's go ahead and meet our suspects for today. We have Dean Glaucus, Lady Violet, Vice President Mauve, and Baron Maroon. The weapons are a venomous snake, an antique anchor, a fishing spear, and a pineapple. The locations are the dining hall, the swim-up bar, the lifeguard stand, and the ocean. And our motives are to inherit a fortune, to silence a witness, to rob the victim, and to fight for the revolution. Okay, let's go ahead and dive into our clues and evidence. Dean Glaucus did not want to silence a witness. Okay, so we find Dean Glaucus and silence a witness, and we put a no there. Okay. Traces of a weapon made of a live animal were found at the swim-up bar. I'm going to guess that that's going to be the snake. So let's put the snake at the swim-up bar. Right, swim-up bar? Yep. Okay. Vice President Mauve never set foot in the ocean. Okay, so I think this is Vice President Mauve. Yep. And never set foot in the ocean, so we put an X there. Baron Maroon wanted to rob the victim. Baron Maroon. Go down to motives. I believe this is to rob a victim here. Yes, great. Okay. The suspect in the dining hall was born on September 19th. Let's see. Okay, I know the case is called like the Virgo in the dining hall, but let's just double check. That may or may not have anything to do with anything here. Okay, so yes, we are looking for a Virgo. Let's go back up to our suspects. We have Dean Glaucus. Okay, Dean Glaucus is a Virgo. Lady Violet is a Virgo. Taurus and Scorpio for Baron Maroon. So it's between Dean Glaucus and Lady Violet. So I'm just going to put question marks here for them because we know it must be one of these two, and we know it cannot be these two. Okay, the person with a fishing spear wanted to inherit a fortune. Okay, so for this, we go to the intersection of weapons and motives since we don't have any information yet in the suspects column. So weapons and motives here. Let's see, a fishing spear. I believe that's this one. And they wanted to inherit a fortune. Okay. Great. Okay. Okay, we have an anagram puzzle here. The person with a venomous snake wanted to fight for the revolution. Okay. Revolution, right? Yeah. The double O got me for a second, but we know it's fight for the revolution. Okay. Person with a venomous snake. So venomous snake. And just as we did before, we're going to go into this quadrant, or this quadrant here with fighting for the revolution, venomous snake. Okay, one other thing we may be able to do. Yeah, since we know that Baron Maroon's motive was to rob the victim, we can go ahead and say Baron Maroon did not have the venomous snake, and Baron Maroon was not in the swim-up bar location because that's connected to a different motive. Okay, so we get those extra exclusions there. Okay, finally, a Scorpio had the antique anchor. And I'm pretty sure Baron Maroon was our only Scorpio. Let's just quickly check. We've got the 2 Virgos and a Taurus. Yes. Okay, so Baron Maroon is our Scorpio with an antique anchor. First actual clue about person and weapons. That's exciting. Okay. I believe this is all we have with the clues today. Yeah, I think that's what we're going to need to work with in order to figure this out. Let's go ahead and see what we can see here. Okay, so again, we have 4 statements. One of them will be a lie. And if we figure out which one is the lie, we will figure out who is the murderer, and then we can fill out the rest of the grid accordingly in order to determine the who, how, where, and why. So let's start at the top, read through them all, and then we'll go line by line, presuming each one is the lie. Okay, so Lady Violet was not in the lifeguard stand. Don't believe the commoners, I was in the dining hall. Okay, right away these two stand out to me because they both pertain to Lady Violet's location, so one of these two must be a lie, so that actually helps us out enormously here. But let's keep going just in case. As a baron, Vice President Mauve brought a pineapple. A pineapple was in the lifeguard stand. Okay, so I'm assuming these two are both true, and that one of these two is the lie, but I'm still going to go the normal route of going line by line and presuming the first one's a lie first, and we'll go to the second one. I don't think we're going to get to these two, but let's give it a shot. Okay, so let's try this first one. Lady Violet was not in the lifeguard stand. So, okay, right away I'm able to figure this out. So Lady Violet was not in the lifeguard stand. The opposite of that would be Lady Violet was in the lifeguard stand, of course. And that instantly is not something we can force to be the lie, because then this would also become a lie. And we cannot have two lies. We can only have one lie. So these two cannot both exist together. So this must be true, that Lady Violet was not in the lifeguard stand. So let's go ahead and mark that off here. Lady Violet was not in the lifeguard stand. That is true, because if this were a lie, we wouldn't be able to solve the puzzle because we would have two lies and that would not work. So let's try this one. I'm pretty sure this is going to be our lie. So don't believe the commoners, I was in the dining hall. So let's say she was not in the dining hall. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and fill out the grid accordingly because I'm feeling pretty good about this one. So that would mean that Dean Glaucus was in the dining hall. And let's see, what else do we know from that? Anything yet? We know these bits. Okay, I think we need to keep going, but that's okay. Okay, so not in the lifeguard stand, we've got that. Was not in the dining hall, we've got that. Okay, Vice President Mauve brought a pineapple. Let's try that out. Don't see anything wrong with that. So let's mark that in. Vice President Mauve brought a pineapple. And a pineapple was in the lifeguard stand. So that puts Vice President Mauve in the lifeguard stand, and that is going to help us fill out the rest of our grid. Bingo. All right. That is the solve. So we know that Lady Violet was our murderer today because that is a lie that works with everything else being true. So we're going to go ahead and say Lady Violet, and then I'm going to go ahead and continue filling out my grid. Just double check and make sure that everything's looking correct and that we have the right person, but I'm feeling pretty good about this. So I'm just going to take a moment to fill out the rest of the grid. Okay, so now we have our grid all filled out and we've confirmed that that solution works. So again, Lady Violet is our murderer today. The reason we were able to determine that is that these two clues cannot exist together. So we knew that one of these two had to be our murder clue or our murderer's statement. And when we tried to make this one false, it did not work because it also made this one false. So we could not have two falsehoods. We needed to have one of them be true, so she's not in the lifeguard stand, and one of them be false. She was not in the dining hall. And of course then that left for her to be at the swim-up bar. So we've got Lady Violet with a venomous snake at the swim-up bar to fight for the revolution. Alright, so let's go ahead and make our accusation, and let's see if we were right. All right, we got it. Thanks so much for playing along with me today. I hope this was a helpful walkthrough, and we'll see you tomorrow.